What is up, YouTube? It is good to be back. Absolutely missed posting for you guys, and I'm excited to be back. If you kept up with my last few videos, you know that I was in Florida for the summer, and I am finally back in New Jersey. Excited to get more and more content out to you guys. So, without any further ado, let's get into my pre-workout meal for today. As you could probably see from the title of this video, I'm going to be showing you guys my pre-workout meal, the chest workout, and the post-workout meal. But yeah, so for pre-workout, today we are doing 100 grams of carbs from rice cereal. Now, rice cereal is a fantastic pre-workout and post-workout carb. It's a very fast digestible and absorbable carb. So if you're looking for something quick and easy before a workout, easy to get down, and the pump will show very fast, rice cereal could be your answer. You kind of want something that's easy on your stomach. You don't want to be working out and feeling all kind of clogged, and you don't want any digestion issues while you're working out. So, like I was saying, rice cereal, great way to go. I would stay away from the sugars. Maybe if you're bulking, you might want some of those sugars to amplify the pump even more. But we're trying to keep it clean around here, so we're going with just your regular rice checks. This might even be the, I think this is the ShopRite brand. Just saving a little bit of money. Same exact macros as any of the other brands, just about 70% cheaper. So we're going to put 100 grams of carbs into the bowl. All right, now to go along with the 100 grams of carbs from the rice cereal, we obviously need a little bit of protein. And just like how the carb selection was made intuitively, I guess you could say, it's not like a potato. A potato would be a slower digesting carb, slower absorbable carb. That's something that I'd have later in the day. We also want a fast digesting and fast absorbing protein. Personally, I like the raw brand. Tastes pretty good, mixes really well, and the main thing is that it's an isolate protein, so it's going to be absorbed very fast and easily digested pre and post workout. Like, again, when you're trying to have a pre workout meal an hour before your workout, you don't want anything that's going to be slow digesting. Whey protein isolate is definitely the way to go. What we're going to do from here is 40 grams of protein from this. Just mix it up with a little bit of water, and that's going to kind of form the cereal. I know you might be thinking, ew, water and cereal, why not use milk? I'm on a specific meal plan right now. Milk is not in there, but trust me, give this a shot. You don't need the milk. The protein powder makes it creamy enough, and it makes the cereal go down very, very easily. Now, to go along with the rice cereal and the protein powder, I am allowed a fat source in this meal as well. And my fat source of preference, did I just spill that out? No, I'm good. All right, sorry. My fat source of preference is almond butter. Currently, I am out of almond butter, though, unfortunately. So we're just going to supplement, or substitute, I should say, just some walnuts. Just 20 grams of... Fuck. That shit just rolled all the way into my laundry room. All right, I'm going to cut that out. So yeah, so the fat source is usually 20 grams of almond butter. But unfortunately, like I just mentioned, we are all out of almond butter. So we're just going to do 20 grams of walnuts. I have to run over to the store. Fuck. I have to run over to the store later today and pick up some almond butter, because that is definitely my preference of fat source. It's kind of like, since I'm on a fixed meal plan where I'm eating the same thing every day, that's kind of like my little treat that I always look forward to, that almond butter. But that's just a preference thing. So yeah, the macros for this meal, I don't know the total calories. Right now I'm kind of just following the meal plan, but for macro wise, it is 100 grams of carbs from rice cereal, 40 grams of protein from the whey isolate. Not sponsored by any means, but I highly, highly, highly recommend this apple pie flavored protein powder. It is fucking awesome. Um, and then about, I think it's 15 grams of fat from these walnuts. That's the pre-workout meal. Fast digesting, fast absorbing carbs and proteins, and yeah, it's a killer meal. Calls for a great pump, which I'm very excited to see later. It's freaking chest day. Couldn't be more excited. To pair up with this meal as well, I'll show you the supplement that I take. So since this is a very high carb meal, with any high carb meal that I have during the day, since this is my off season for competing, trying to put on about 15 pounds. Anyway, that's a little other. That's a topic for another time to really go over show plans and this and that. But with any high carb meal, I will have a glucose. There's a little bit of a glare. Whatever. A glucose from Revive. All this does is kind of help your body process the carbs and utilize all of the carbs that you are consuming. And yeah, that's about it. I'm going to chow down on this, and I'll see y'all in the car for the pre-workout talk. Peace out. All right, before we hop in the car, I'm just going to show you my quick pre-workout stack and intra-workout stack. For pre-workout, I'm currently taking 6 caps of the Magnify from Huge Supplements. These are basically just pump capsules. Got a lot of nice ingredients. You could, wrong thing. You could pause the video if you'd like to take a look at some of them in here. A lot of nice natural ingredients. Some beetroot extract, which is good for blood pressure, and some black pepper extract as well. And we're running with a stim-free pre-workout right now from Apollon. A lot of great supplements in here as well. You could again pause the video and take a look if you'd like. Just trying to back off of the caffeine a little bit. Just been having too much of it recently, so just trying to back off. As well as those two, we're going to go with some creatine monohydrate and some creatine HCl. There's really no best time of the day to have the creatine. You just want to make sure you're having it every day, so I always just throw it in with the pre-workout. Intra-workout, we're going to run with 1 serving of EAAs. EAAs are a great intra-workout supplement to always have. It just helps kind of repair the muscles during the workout, just kind of giving all your muscles those essential amino acids they need to repair and grow and get better. All right, so we're about to head over to the gym to go train. I always like to take 5-10 minutes right before, I step foot into the gym, and I like to kind of just get my head in the right spot. I sometimes need music to get me into the right spot. I sometimes need some motivation, like a Machiavelli motivation, like Spotify soundtrack to, get my head into the right spot. Hearing Dorian Yates scream at me to train harder and all this and that. But yeah, I highly suggest, not rushing into the gym. If you're in a rush, I understand, not life isn't perfect. You're not going to have that easy day every single day where you can just kind of have 10 minutes to get into your head and really lock in. But I almost feel like even if I only have an hour to work out, I might be thinking to myself, oh, I only have an hour. I got to rush. But I feel like a lot of times if I, rushed in there and had that full hour, that hour wouldn't have meant as much if I just, if like in another reality, I did lock in for those 10 minutes, Like, yeah, technically the hour I had 10 more minutes to, work out, but the focus wasn't there. I wasn't fully locked into, focusing on the movements and pushing as hard as I can. I'm more focused on the fact of, oh, I got to get out of here. Whereas if in another reality, I had those 10 minutes to really lock in, yeah, I only have 50 minutes to work out now, but my focus is going to be more sharp and I'll be able to, it'll be a better quality workout instead of that like rushed workout in a sense. So even on days I'm in a little bit of a time crunch, or on days when I'm not on any time crunch like today, I always like to, just sit, like I said, music or no music, just kind of get into my own head, really focus on the muscle that I'm going to push. You know what I mean? I don't want to think about the million other things I got going on in life, or say you're in school, like you don't want to focus on the assignment you got to do later. You set this block of time to go to the gym. Really just try to wrap your head around that and just focus on just that, and I guarantee weeks and weeks after you start doing that, you will notice a definite change in your physique, your mentality, your strength, everything. If you just take a couple minutes before you work out to just lock in. Um, and I feel like that's where, me starting to record again and talk to the camera is going to help me almost lock in, because I'm not just saying it in my head. I'm hearing what I'm saying, and it's going to help me process that and, train harder. So, just a simple thing that you could do. You could pretend, you got an audience watching you and you're talking out your actions. It definitely does help in terms of the mental side of bodybuilding and fitness in general. A lot of times I feel like people get it mixed up that fitness is more physical, where I am one to think that fitness is more mental. You gotta be consistent, and consistency all comes down to you mentally being able to do the same thing over and over again. Yeah, I know you're physically going through the actions, but if you're mentally not prepared to do that, you're not going to do it. So again, mindset and how you function on a day-to-day basis in terms of mental clarity is really going to depict how well you do in certain things. So I guess practicing mindfulness before you go into a workout is very important. Making sure your mind is right, because when your mind's right, your body's right. And I might sound corny saying that, but it's the freaking truth. So on the workout side of things, sorry to go on a little bit of a mental tangent over there, but on the workout side of things, game plan for chest today, I'm probably going to start off with an incline barbell movement, whether it's Smith machine or free weight. That's kind of to be determined as I'm warming up. After that, I'll probably go into more of a flat press. So I kind of like to work down my chest. Couple sets incline, couple sets flat, and then some body weight dips, whether it's machine or body weight, really to just bend over and really just press down to work that lower sweep of your chest right here. And then I like to finish off with a fly just to stretch everything out after. Pretty simple way of going about training it, but it's worked. It's worked for me in the past, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. After chest, we're going to annihilate some front delts, probably just some simple military press. Being that I did a lot of pressing for chest, my front delts are kind of being worked throughout all of that. So just 2 to 3 sets of military press after is definitely enough isolation. And to finish off everything, just going to get a quick side delt pump as well. And yeah, that's the workout. I'm thinking about maybe throwing in a little bit of forearms as well. I like to do forearms and abs like every other day, just because it's a smaller muscle group, and I want to frequently get them in. But yeah, enough to be said. I'm gonna head over to the gym now, listen to some Machiavelli motivation, some Dorian Yates motivational speaking from his Blood and Guts film. And if you've never listened to that before, definitely give it a shot if you need some of that little bit of a motivational kick in the ass right before you step foot into the gym. But without any further ado, I'll see you guys over there for the first work set of chest. Peace out. All right, what's going on, everybody? So I'm starting off the chest and side delt workout with some incline barbell bench press. This was my top set here. I believe there's 205 pounds on the bar. Not super happy with how this felt today. My stability was feeling a little wonky. And looking back at this clip, I definitely was going a little too fast on those reps. Typically, I'd like to go a little bit slower. And I probably should have went a little bit later for my top set today. This was just feeling a little shaky. But all in all, I was still pretty happy with this weight for 6 reps.
After that top set, I did two back off sets with 165, I believe. And, I rewatched that clip in the middle of the gym just because it did feel a bit off. And I wanted to adjust a couple things. So I tried to go a little bit slower on these. Still looking back now, I didn't go slow enough. So I'm probably going to lighten the weight up even more next time. I'm really trying to focus on going a little bit slower on the eccentric part of the motion, which is taking the weight down to your chest. Um, just to apply more stimulus on the chest through eccentric stress, not only concentric stress, which is the action of actually pressing it up. But as you could see here, I went to complete failure, and I was considering doing a drop set, but I already got about 10 to 12 reps, so the volume was already enough for that workout. After that last set of 165, I did one more set, and then I moved on to neutral grip chest press, as you're seeing right here. I'm trying to do a little bit more neutral for flat pressing just to work the inner portion of my chest. I really want to try to fill up the gap that's in between there, and I really want to try to add as much stimulus as I can to that mid chest section. As you can see here, I am using the little foot pedal to just push a little bit past failure. Since I had nobody to necessarily spot me, I kind of gave myself a self spot with the leg press attachment that's on this machine so that you can get your shoulders into the right spot. After the neutral grip press, I moved over to my favorite incline press that this gym has, the Incline Atlantis chest press. This machine is just super smooth, and if you're lucky enough to have it at your gym, I highly, highly recommend using it. You just get a really, really nice contraction at the top. I don't think the machine converges too much at the top, but you still get some really, really nice upper chest activation. And yeah, it's just really not much to complain about this machine. You also get a really nice stretch when you hold the weight at the bottom. And I just basically, once I couldn't hit any more full reps, I just squeezed out a few more partials just to amplify the pump even more. After the incline chest press, I moved over into some cable flies. With these cable flies, I like to keep a couple things in mind. I want to make sure my head is up and my shoulders are rolled back. That way I can target my chest as much as possible. I feel like when your head's down, it kind of creates your spine to be in kind of a curved position, which causes your chest to be in a curved position, which means less activation for your chest. And if your shoulders aren't rolled back, you're really all that's being worked are your front delts. So if you roll your shoulders back and really try to touch your inner elbows together, those are my couple mental cues that really, really help with the activation process of like really attacking my chest. And if you do the form in a certain way where you're really trying to touch your elbows together, your fists really won't ever touch. So don't think you're only doing half reps if your fists aren't touching. Your chest is in that full contracted position even without your wrists touching. So that's a couple things I like to keep in mind, and you could definitely give it a shot in your next chest day if you'd like. But after the chest flies, I did about 3-4 sets there, really just high volume, trying to push as much blood to the chest as possible since it was my finishing movement for the day. But after those chest flies, I moved over into just some dumbbell side lateral raises. As you could see, I'm really, really not going heavy here. I don't think that you need to use a lot of weight to grow your side delts. I think just giving them the right stimulus, going nice, slow, and controlled, and making sure you're not activating your traps during a side delt movement is a win in my book. You really don't want to go too heavy because then your traps will start to take over. Just go nice and light. Really just focus on your side delts burning and nothing else. Once I can't hit the full reps, just squeezed out some partials at the end. Now the workout's basically all done. I should have done a little bit more front delt, but honestly, they were pretty tired from all the pressing movements. And I might do a little bit of front delt in today's back workout because they're not super sore. But yeah, this is just a quick pump check, no fancy lighting. Pretty happy with how we're looking. Definitely not as lean as I was over the summer, but I hopped into a little bit of a bulk phase. I'm up about 10 pounds, so I'm happy with how 177 looks on me right now. Me and my coach are thinking about getting up to about 200 and then starting prep for a show. So I'll see you back for the post-workout meal.
All right, so we are back at the house, and I just got my post workout meal ready. And for post-workout meal, we got 165 grams of chicken. This is just ground chicken. I believe it's 99% lean, so there's really no fat in here at all. That's the protein source. And for carbs, we have 80 grams of carbs from rice cakes. So that comes down to about 10 rice cakes. And then we have 20 grams of carbs from pineapple. Now, I highly suggest eating pineapple with any sort of like high protein meal because there is an enzyme in pineapple called bromelain, and what all that does is helps your body absorb and digest the protein. So if you have a hard time digesting protein, maybe try out some pineapple. And if you don't like pineapple, you could always pick up bromelain enzyme from like your vitamin shop or GNC. Even Amazon probably has one that's even cheaper. And as far as supplements go for this meal, we got two more caps of the Revive Glucose, being that this meal is very high in carbs. To top it all off, a liter of water. You know, pretty simple meal. And in terms of any food source, I feel like simple. More simple it is, the better. You don't really want to complicate it with all these other things. Just simple, clean ingredients. That's all you really need. You'll probably get the best results out of it. And I mean, it's not the most fun to eat. You're probably gonna want a cheat meal, but that's where it makes it worth it. You know what I mean? Like, if you find a way to make healthy cheats throughout the week, yeah, it'll be really really nice to enjoy every day. But it makes that cheat meals value a little less. If you eat kind of bland, plain foods more, you'll really enjoy the cheat meal more. That's the way my mindset kind of thinks about it, at least. But yeah, that's really all I got for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. And if you want to see a full day of eating, just drop a comment down below, and I'll show you all 6 meals that I eat in a day. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for Back and Rear Delts. Peace out, guys.